How y'all doing? I have returned. It's Friday. We do live Fridays. Now, is the sound good? Is the sound good? Yeah, it is actually perfect. Is the sound good? Yeah, it is actually perfect. W. Okay, yeah, we're not spiraling down that path right there. Okay, today I actually do not want to start with a game. I just want to chill. I want to warm up a little bit. How about some scary videos, yeah? Let me check what's on YouTube. Nah, I don't want to see no ghost videos though, because they all fake. Forest encounters? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Because that don't seem like no ghost video.
Der smelta prisen. Ja, det er vel det som Super free.
Before we start, credit to Chilling Scares. This is his video, 6 most disturbing forest encounters caught on camera. Locking.
UK with a channel called English Woodsman, where he's been uploading videos.
This is a year-old video, by the way. I'm gonna restart. I'm gonna stop yapping.
Daniel O'Neill is a YouTuber from the UK with a channel called English Woodsman, where he's been uploading videos of his wild camping, stealth camping, and woodland camping trips in the UK
IW
for almost
content.
10 years. Most of the channel's videos feature Daniel reviewing camping gear for his viewers and showing footage of his adventures in the great outdoors. For the most part, they're pretty tame, but in August 2023, he uploaded a video of his camping
So we
trip in
don't
the woodlands
normally
close to
do
his
like
home,
spooky
and
videos?
The footage is pretty disturbing. The first part of the video pretty much just shows Daniel walking through the woods and talking to his subscribers, eating berries, and pointing out the sights on the way to the campsite. At several points,
What the hell? What a chill
Along the
guy,
way,
by the way.
he pauses to mention the footprints and garbage he sees lying on the trail, indicating other people had been there in the last few days.
L people littering.
Someone's been here. There's a lot of rubbish around here.
What a creepy ass situation to be in, bro. Why would you put yourself in this situation?
Yeah, look at the state of this.
Like what?
Does get used, doesn't it?
After about a 20-minute walk, he sits down at a clearing where he plans to set up camp for the night and leans back on a tree to eat his noodles as he talks to the camera. It's not until around 25 minutes into
what
the
he
video
eating?
that things start to get
What
seriously
he eating?
disturbing for Daniel.
Chili Fire Extreme W.
It's not until around 25
W
minutes into the
food.
video that things start to get seriously disturbing for Daniel.
I'm going to be out Friday night, but I'm going away Saturday, so I've got a bit of a drive as well, so I didn't want to be tired, and it's going to throw it down Friday night as well. And rain camping is really good
Did you see that fly?
Friday night as well. And
Big
rain
air fly
camping
right
is
here.
Really good.
Man, I hate bugs. Bo, I hate bugs. I love summer, but man, I hate bugs. It'd be the most despicable creatures known to mankind spawning as well. Like bugs the size of my keyboard. Just flying around. Those footsteps sound so perfect that it feels like they're almost added on. I'm not gonna lie. But it's the same quality as
Is that a badger?
him. Like his audio. So it,
Hello?
those
Even
footsteps
though
are
some pretty
clear as
human-like
day, bro.
Footsteps could be heard right behind Daniel. As soon as he turns around to scan his environment, there's nobody in sight. What's most disturbing is that as soon as he turned around and yelled hello, the footsteps immediately stopped. For the next few minutes, he sits down and tries to regain his composure as he sips his coffee and eats his noodles. But
Yeah.
things only continue to get
I'd be
even
creeped
more
out too.
creepy as the sun begins to set.
I'll be creeped out too. What was that sound? It sounded like some fireworks. Oh, it was probably him boiling. Him boiling sheet. Warming up water for his noodles.
Hello?
Bro, where are those
Hello?
footsteps coming from, bro?
You got a bit of that. There's nobody here.
I just heard a voice. Somebody just yelled, "Oi!" There.
There's nobody here.
There's somebody
About
there, but why
40
I heard
minutes
them?
into the video, the footstep noises
He
can be
yelled,
heard again,
"Oi!"
and this time it sounds like they're getting closer to Daniel.
Yo,
By
butcher
this
down
point,
there,
most
man.
people would have
Oi!
tailed it out of there without any hesitation, but Daniel decides to sit back down to finish his dinner as he tries to calm his nerves for the second time.
Calm your
Amazingly,
nerves
a
with some
few minutes
hot
later,
chili
it almost
noodles.
seems like he completely forgets about the footsteps and manages to think about less disturbing things, which is honestly pretty impressive.
Hey, those chili noodles will calm your nerves, bro, but they rile up your booty. I'm just saying.
But as darkness sets in, the eerie footsteps start up again.
And you don't want a riled up booty in the middle of the woods.
I'm going to be honest. I can't stay here now.
Yeah.
I want to be a wimp. I don't care if people call me a
Buddy,
wimp in the
you are not a
comments.
wimp for leaving if you hear fucking footsteps running
can't
around
stay here.
you, bruh.
I'm too unsettled. I'm nervous. I've done camping like this a load of times. I think I'm going to go find somewhere else to get this bivvy set up.
Somewhere else?
I'm
Go
leaving
home!
this spot.
Yeah, leave that spot, bruh.
Understandably,
I'm surprised
after
you
this
didn't leave
third
earlier.
incident, Daniel decides to head somewhere else for the night to play it safe. It's hard to know what exactly was making those sounds, but because they sounded very similar to human footsteps, it's possible that Daniel was being stalked by someone in the woods. This is obviously incredibly dangerous, as you can never really trust someone's intentions when you're in
Yeah.
such a vulnerable position, all by
Facts.
yourself in unknown territory.
Man, I
It
did.
was either that or an animal walking through the grass.
That was not
Because
no
Daniel
animal.
mentioned the grass was a little wet and wouldn't have made that dry sound.
That was either somebody walking around him, completely hidden in a ghillie suit or something, or it was added on. Like edited in footsteps. Because
An
those
animal
footsteps were
stepped on
clear
it.
as day.
This is pretty unlikely. Also, many people in the comments mentioned that no animal walks that uniform and steady.
Yeah.
They stop, go, and change pace constantly. Either way, it's a good thing he decided to leave, because who knows what could have happened to Daniel that night. One of the most annoying things to me is spam texts and phone calls. You would actually be surprised by the amount of times I get interrupted recording these videos by phone calls from random numbers. Well, I did
Hey,
some
I'm
research
watching
and
his
uncovered
video,
that a
so
lot of
I'm
times these
letting his
scammers are
ad
able to
run.
get our personal info,
Get that
email
back, bro.
addresses, and phone numbers because big companies can't keep our data safe from data breaches and hacks. You may not have heard, but back in May, Ticketmaster was hacked and the data of over 500 million people were put up for sale on the dark web for anyone to buy. This
That's
stolen data
actually
included
crazy.
Full names, addresses, email addresses, phone numbers, and credit card data. At best, this was going
That
to
is
lead to more
actually
spam
insane.
calls, texts, and emails for their customers, but at worst, fraud and identity theft. So, what is Ticketmaster doing about it? Absolutely nothing. They said they didn't think the hack would have a material impact on our overall business. All these businesses happily collect our data but do very little to protect it, and even less when it's compromised. That's why I use Aura, the sponsor of this video.
Aura?
alerts me when my data is found in data breaches like the Ticketmaster one, or leaked on the dark web. It gives me fast fraud alerts if anyone tries to use that data to access my credit card or bank accounts. And it removes my information from data broker websites so I get less spam. I also get things like transaction monitoring, a VPN, antivirus, a password manager, parental controls, and identity theft insurance. I get all this in one app at an affordable price.
Hey,
If my info was compromised
Get that back,
in
bro.
a Ticketmaster data breach, I wouldn't
I'm
have to
watching
worry
his
because
videos,
Aura
I'm
is
letting his
always
ad run.
always doing the hard work of keeping me safe. I'm not leaving myself and my family vulnerable to data breaches, and if you don't want to either, you can go to aura.com/chillingscares and try your first 2 weeks for free, also linked below in the description.
W Aura.
Unngå bakteriebelegg og bytt ut tannbørstehode.
Man.
Rampant
Lock
Range
in.
is part of a front range of the Rocky Mountains in Colorado, made up of almost entirely public land within the Pike National Forest.
This could be some mountain lion
In
action.
the summer, you'll find lots of bikers enjoying the Rampant Range's elaborate trail system and exploring the great outdoors.
Ooh, this looks so fun, bro. I used to drive a motorbike like this before on tracks. But god, man, I've been dreaming about driving it in the woods or in the desert. But it looks so fun.
For the most part, this part of Colorado is a paradise for anyone who enjoys spending time in nature. But over the past few years, there's been a pretty alarming trend on the rise, with random people setting up wires on trees at just about head height in an effort to seriously injure bikers on the trail.
What?
In 2019, a post describing this terrifying trend was uploaded to Facebook. And disturbingly, the uploader mentioned that one of his high school friends had lost his
Yo, by the way, if you don't know how severely bad this is, if you drive at like not even insanely high speeds, but just normal speeds, and your neck hits a metal wire like that, say goodbye to your head, bro. Yeah, it's that bad.
life as a result of running into a similar wire on a trail.
That's
Immediately, people
actually
jumped
so
into the
scary.
comments to point out how incredibly messed up it would be to do something like this, and how this kind of evil needs to be categorized as attempted murder if the
Yeah,
suspects are ever
it is.
caught.
It is
A
attempted
couple
murder.
of years before that post was made, in 2017, two motorbike riders uploaded a video to YouTube of their encounter with a similar wire, and although nothing happened to them, it was a very close call.
Oh man! Oh, at least it would lose though. Bro, that's scary. Genuinely, how do people like that exist, bruh?
When these wires are set up off-trail, it can be hard to tell whether they were placed there out of malice or if a random camper or farmer placed the wires there to hang up clothes or something similar. But in cases like these where the wires are specifically placed on the trail,
Yeah.
there's really only
A
one reason
camper
people
just
would
wouldn't
do
place
that,
it on
and
the
that's to bring
trail.
serious harm to bikers for some reason.
But it was very
Possibly
loose
they're
though.
annoyed with the constant loud sound of the bikes near their property or something else. But hopefully more measures can be taken in the future to prevent more people from getting hurt, especially because it's not uncommon to hear about motorbikers and snowmobilers losing their lives over this kind
Man,
of
that
stuff.
looks so fun. Man, I want to do that shit.
This audio was uploaded to YouTube by a user named ForestFire21. He recorded it around 2 a.m. in December
What a random ass name, bro. Forest Fire number 21.
2014.
How
The
did you
uploader
come
lives
up
in a
with that, bro?
forest, and he mentioned that the noises in the audio were coming from deep in the woods behind his
Goofy
house.
ass name, bro. Yo, that's creepy. That is
It's
not an
hard to make
animal,
out
bro.
what the child is yelling, but after listening closely, several users jumped in the comments to point out that you can also hear an adult voice yelling, "Where are you?" In addition to the young female
and,
voice making most
debatable.
of the noise, this
Debatable.
quieter, more subtle male voice that can also be heard in the audio only
Yo.
makes the whole
This, by the way, facts. Do not follow these noises, bro. No matter how the songs are young or bad, you call the police. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, true. This is common kidnapping tactic. Damn, bro. Damn, bro. But yeah, it's true though. Call the police. Do not try to
isn't
investigate.
that much more disturbing. Near the end of the video, the uploader mentions that after that night, he checked the news every day to see if he could find some explanation for the screams, but he never did.
He didn't call the
fact that The
police?
screaming was captured at around 2 a.m. in the freezing
Ooh.
cold weather and in the
Ooh.
middle of the woods indicates that the uploader could have genuinely recorded something pretty sinister taking place that night. It's hard to
It could also be a runaway child that got too scared, or I was about to say like it could be a somebody walking out with their kid and they like lost track of each other, but at 2 a.m. bro, yeah, you don't do that.
tell why the uploader would record and upload the audio instead of immediately calling the police after hearing a female
Yeah,
voice
that's
in such
weird,
obvious
bruh.
distress. But at this point,
Call
there's
the
not much that can
popo!
be done about it. And who knows, maybe the uploader did call the police. There wasn't much context given in the video's description. We can only hope that whatever problem happened that night was eventually solved, but based on the shrillness of the screams and the strangeness of the whole situation, we probably won't ever be able to know for sure. Lisa is a life coach and YouTuber who often uploads videos of what it's like living in her van and traveling the country on her own.
Why would you do
afternoon
that?
In 2022, Lisa had parked her van on the side of the road and left the side door of her van open while she cooked her dinner inside. When suddenly a sketchy-looking guy approached her, poked his head in her van without her
It's always,
permission,
always just some weird ass man, bro. Why? Leave.
and started asking her some pretty bizarre questions in
Oh.
French, a language Lisa doesn't speak. When she mentioned she didn't understand what he was saying, he pulled out a translator.
Dude, they be so annoyed too when if you don't answer them. Like weird guys, random ass grown ass man coming to talk to young girls, asking them questions, and when they don't answer, they get like actually pissed off. Like they don't have to answer you, bro. They don't have to do anything.
To try to communicate with
Take
her,
the
which
hint.
obviously made her
Leave.
pretty uncomfortable, especially since she wasn't interested in talking to him in the first place after he invaded her personal space. After watching the guy struggle to use Google Translate for a few minutes, Lisa decided she'd had enough and shut the side door in his face, also closing the curtain to make sure that
Imagine if bro was just asking for directions. She just closed the door on him. Bro, that's crazy.
the guy got the hint. Strangely, for over half an hour, the guy then stood outside in the rain and tinkered with the translator app to try to communicate with Lisa, even after she made it more than obvious that she wanted nothing to do with him.
Yeah, that's strange. That is weird. Why is she not driving away? Like I know that she should not be in a position where like it shouldn't be like that, like she have to leave. But I don't know, man. I would just wouldn't risk it. It's just about the risk.
Closer, so that I can't move out, and so that I can't go forward.
Oh.
Please
Ram into his car.
Please leave. You
Just
sketchy,
ram into his car, bro.
sketchy person. Please leave.
I'll call the Pofo. Hey. If you're in a similar situation, literally just call the police. It's better to call them and find out that you didn't have to call them rather than you didn't call them and you find out you should have called them, right? Yeah. I mean, yeah. Rather be safe than sorry, man.
With a very shady demeanor, the man snuck into the bushes and pretty much just stalked Lisa from a distance, as if he thought she couldn't see him. As the sun began to set, Lisa kept an eye on the guy outside to make sure he didn't try to get close to her again.
Bro.
But the man just kept on bringing his car closer to her van and blocking her exit in different ways for more than half an hour.
If he's blocking me in, I'm ramming into his car.
It's starting to freak me out. It's been like a half an hour, and he just keeps on moving his vehicle so he can see in my van here. And anyways, it's 7 o'clock, 7 p.m.
Fortunately, just as darkness had begun
You know what's scary as hell? Like, this guy, right now, he could be debating to himself, if he's going to do something or not. Think about that. Imagine if all this time he's just sitting there waiting, he's like going back and forth with himself. Going like, should I do this or not? I'm not saying that's what he's doing, but I'm saying like that's fucking scary to think about, that he could actually be just debating with himself. And I'm guessing everything went well because this is on YouTube and he didn't say anything else. But imagine if he just sat there, was like debating with himself if he's going to do something or not, and then he just came to the conclusion that I'm not going to risk it. Imagine.
to set in, a family in an RV pulled up right behind Lisa and spent the night in the same parking lot as her, which comforted her enough to stay there the entire evening. Disturbingly, the guy left soon after the other family.
Wait, what was that? I didn't
arrived,
catch that.
behind. Fortunately, just as darkness had begun to set in, a family in an RV pulled up right behind Lisa and spent the night in the same parking lot as
family,
her,
bro.
which comforted her enough to stay there the entire evening. Disturbing.
I mean, I'd leave anyway. I'd leave so fast, bro. But still, imagine the feeling of relief you feel when you see the RV pulling up and it's like a family. Ah.
The guy left soon after the other family arrived, but came back about 3 hours later in the dead of night to check if Lisa was still there.
Bro, he left when they arrived and came back 3 hours later. Oh, hell no.
When he saw the other family in the RV was also still in the parking lot, he left and didn't come back. The next morning, Lisa left early and never saw the guy again. It's hard to tell what the guy's exact intentions were, but based on his overall sketchy demeanor and questionable behavior, they couldn't have been anything good. The one thing we can be sure about is that it's a good thing the other family in the RV arrived at the parking lot when they did.
Yeah.
Otherwise, who knows what the man would have done to Lisa.
Oh, God. L-ads.
In May 2014, an Imager user uploaded a blog post where he talked about the time he went to visit a friend in northern Germany. According to the uploader, his friend told him about these pipes that he had found in the woods near his house that stuck up out of the ground like periscopes. Apparently, his friend and his siblings played near the pipes as kids and knew that there were bunkers hidden below them, but their parents never allowed them to get near them out of concern for their safety. During the visit narrated in the blog post,
I'd go
the uploader
explore
and his
them
friend
so
decided
bad,
to check
bro.
out the pipes and finally go down into the bunkers that they never had permission to explore when they were younger, and they found some pretty disturbing stuff. A few hundred feet away from the trees, they found the entrance to the bunker covered with a loosely placed piece of wood that they easily removed with a crowbar. Once
That looks so
inside,
cool,
all
bro.
they
I
could
would
see were
go
these
in there.
long, seemingly endless hospital-like hallways that extended for thousands of feet under the woods.
Okay, that's creepy.
As they ventured further and further into the maze
I'd
of
still go in
tunnels,
though,
they
I'm not
found
gonna lie.
graffiti on some of the walls, indicating they weren't the first people to get the idea to explore the underground bunkers. To the explorers' horror, one of the walls deep inside the tunnels had the word "help" in German graffitied all over it. It's possible that it was just sprayed on there by another group of teens trying to be funny, but
I
the
think
eerie
so.
nature of the bunker coupled with the general state of disarray really makes you wonder if something more sinister took place down there at some point, possibly even written by German soldiers in the later parts of World War II.
It could
As they
be,
traveled deeper
but
into the
I think
bunker,
it's
they
just...
found some more disturbing graffiti, with one of the eeriest messages reading, "Hello Satan, I love you."
Okay,
Obviously,
that's
not the kind of
that's
message you want to
insane.
see in a tunnel system like this.
Oh, hell
The
no,
two
I'd
friends
leave if I
decided
saw
to
that.
keep on exploring anyway. After several hours down in the
Bro, Satanism... What the hell did I just say? Satanism is so scary, bro. Like, I don't really believe in ghosts, but I just don't mess with it, bruh.
bunker, they
I
ended
don't
up finding
mess with
tons
it.
of more twisting, winding hallways, flooded
Still
rooms with
water.
machines, and dark, narrow corridors that reached dead ends, but nothing more disturbing than the graffiti they had found a few hours earlier. The explorers managed to make it out of there safely and didn't go back there again.
That's cool, though. I would 100% explore.
In the summer of 2016, reports started surfacing that people were finding dangerous booby traps along a very well-known hiking trail in the High Mountain Park Preserve in Wayne, New Jersey.
That
As
is
per
so...
the police reports, the traps mostly consisted of boards with nail sticking
Yo, stuff like this just gives me like a weird feeling.
out of them.
I don't know how to
barbed
explain
wire,
it.
Broken bottles placed along the trails behind or near rocks or logs, and other treacherous materials.
That's crazy, bro.
As more and more complaints started coming in,
Yo.
the police warned people to keep an eye out for the traps, and even organized cleanup efforts to keep hikers safe during their treks. What's most disturbing is that these traps were clearly placed there to hurt people, as there's really no other reason to put nails and barbed wire on the ground in the middle of such a popular hiking trail. The fact that someone would take the time to get out on the trail, build a booby trap in such detail,
Bro,
and
for
place
real.
it there with the intention to do harm to other
Like,
people
why,
and their
bruh?
pets is honestly pretty messed up. But it didn't take the cops too long to make an educated guess as to who was behind the whole thing.
Oh, really?
Although they never found the individual suspects
Ah,
responsible
bruh.
for placing the traps on the trail, the sheriff's department determined that the traps had probably something to do with the feud between hikers and bikers who had been fighting over use of the trail for decades. According to many nearby residents,
insane.
it's common for bikers on the trail to speed past the hikers without ringing their bells or announcing their presence, which has led to several injuries and rising tensions between the two groups over the years. Still, it's hard to imagine that someone would take the issue to the point of trying to harm an entire group of people so maliciously with such brutal methods.
Bro, for
Fortunately,
real.
no one was hurt as a result of the traps, but the suspects responsible were never found.
Hey, that's creepy, bruh. Anyway, let's hop on the game, or...